those who back, we had an issue. Certain platforms decided to tell me that I need to calm down with playing some music or they restrict my account. So we all know how that goes. So hopefully all of y'all come back. But thank you so much. We right here, 411 Podcast. We gonna have a real night. Have Raquel coming in with O'Shea Candles. And let me tell you, I had a brief conversation with her right before the show, and this is definitely something that you really don't want to miss tonight. We doing it for one podcast. So, getting real deep too. I started to get into it when I started playing the music. That's what this is all about. The music that actually helps you tap into your inner self and be able to speak. Sometimes you let the music speak for you when you don't actually have the words to say. So I got to give so much credit to all of the artists, people out there who write music and pour their heart into these songs, because you never know what you are putting out there can actually help somebody else get to the next level. Speaking of getting to the next level, looking at some of these artists, looking at some of these people, and all of a sudden you can see a reflection of yourself sometimes, because we are all mirrors looking back at each other. What you put in is basically what you get out. So if you are an evil person and you put evil out there in a universe, trust and believe that that's exactly what you're going to get back. But if you put love out there and you put love in the universe, then of course the law of attraction, karma, what goes around comes around. Good karma is going to come back to you. But let's start with self first. And we're going to do the song of the day, which means so much to me and speaks so much to exactly where I'm at here today in my life. And the song of the day is Mirror by Kendrick Lamar. And it's off of his new album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, released, I believe it was just last month. So, mirror. When you can actually look in the mirror, when you can actually look at self and say, I choose me in this situation, that is a big, big step. How about you choose yourself first? How about you make the decision first when it comes to your life and the situations that you are in, versus having somebody else go ahead and dictate and tell and shape and mold what else is going on in your world. At the end of the day, I choose me. And I realized that I've learned how to choose myself first before getting into any type of situation that is no good for me. And when you're in a situation and you know that it's no good, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to correct that situation? How are you going to take some accountability for what you got going on in your world? We're going to speak a little bit about that tonight. But before we go ahead and do that, I have to say thank you so much, man, to every single person out there who supports the 411 Podcast and everything that we got going on here. I mean, I've seen nothing but love over the past couple weeks. That's been really overwhelming. I just want to say thank you. Shout out to Miss Gina from Carolina Vitality. We had a great show on Tuesday. It was so wonderful. I also want to give a very special shout out to author Cinnamon. We were not able to do Rena Wines due to some unforeseen circumstances, but we will try to go ahead and get her back on. And she is a great author, wonderful person. Can't wait to speak to her. My brother, Mr. Nate Perry. What's going on, Brooklyn, New York? I love all of the love I get from New York. Definitely Brooklyn is in the house. Al Kiko from Puerto Rico. We are not doing Midnight Vibes this Saturday. I won't be there. The Queen of Hip Hop Soul, Miss Mary J. Blige, is coming to New Jersey. So y'all know what that means. So we will return on Midnight Vibes on next Saturday. But we definitely going to turn up with the Queen of Hip Hop Soul. Man, it's amazing. Listen, when one door closes, the next 1, 2, 3 just might be open. So just hold tight. Hold it down. You're going to be in this lifetime. Trust and believe. And I'm a living example of that. Anybody that knows anything about me, you understand that it ain't been easy. And there's always been some issues going on in my world, but just hold tight and, you know, look, we still here. We still surviving. Mr. Jason T. Davis, all the way from California, as well as Miss Bethany out there. Bethany Trent, what's going on? Thank you so much. Adam Bullock, very special happy birthday, all the way from Phoenix, Arizona. Aaron, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you as well. Lamia, Michelle, we're going to go all the way to South Korea, and I just want to say thank you so much to artist, recording artist Ro Wang for checking me out. Will Serve, thank you. Onyx Blade, and then Anita Bunny, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate every single person out there for every single thing that you have done for the 411 podcast and reading between the lines. The best thing that you could possibly do for me is to continue to like, comment, and most importantly, share and subscribe as well. Check me out on YouTube. I definitely would appreciate that so much. Now, we spoke about taking accountability and everything you got going on in your world. So let's go ahead and rewind this thing and speak about what we were on the other night. Here we go. What advice do you have for someone who married the wrong person? So reality hits, which it happens to us sometimes, and all of a sudden we realize that, we are in a situation that we don't want to be in. Now, we just spoke about that Kendrick Lamar joint. Sometimes you have to actually say, I choose me. So my advice, I had some good comments out there. Great comments. Somebody said pray on it. Somebody said, speak on it. Think on it. But the question is, what advice do you have? And for me is choose yourself. Basically, if you're in a situation, I don't care if it's a marriage, a relationship, a friendship, maybe it might be even work. Choose yourself first. Ask yourself, what's more important? Me living in misery or me actually being happy and getting my life together? Like Kendrick Lamar said, I choose me. I'm sorry. I choose me. I'm so sorry. So that means that you got to break it down to somebody like that. That's what you got to do. And it's all about recognizing, yeah, you know what? I messed up. We are always changing and evolving as human beings. So what was good yesterday, damn sure may not be good today. So we may have been wrapped up much in love, last week, last year, last month, but who knows what's going to happen down the road. And no one should ever make you feel sorry for getting up and taking responsibility and accountability for yourself. I've always said this, and I truly do believe it, and I understand today. When somebody says it's over, that's exactly what that means. And that's just it. It was an experience, and hell, it is what it is. So, do you hold yourself accountable towards the mistakes that you made? And they may not even be mistakes. Don't even call them mistakes. It was just an experience. It was that you tried. But when you realize that it doesn't work out, or it's not well for you, not going well, not moving in a direction, this situation that we are in is not progressing to the level that I would think we should be at this moment. Do you hold yourself accountable towards your own mistakes? And for me, I always say, you know what? You ain't doing nothing to me. Nobody can do anything to me except me. So if I'm hurting, if I'm in pain, if I'm in some situation, that's because I allowed that to happen. I take responsibility and I take accountability for my own mistakes. You can't do anything to me, not unless I allow you to do it. So for those of you out there that are still pointing fingers, you did this to me, you did that, I'm telling you, take some time to look in that mirror like that Kendrick Lamar joint and ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Do you choose yourself? Or are you going to go back and forth with somebody, blaming somebody or something that is outside of you? Don't get wrapped up. Don't get caught up in the matrix, as he says. All of those things, people, places, and things, that has nothing to do with you because that's outside of you. All of your peace, all of your energy, that's all within self. Do you hold yourself accountable for your own mistakes? Stop pointing a finger. Stop blaming people for the situations that you got yourself into. It's a great thing when you can walk away from something and you can realize that at the end of the day, you did nothing to me. This was just an experience and I allowed this situation to go on. Now, how long you're going to allow it to go on, that's up to you. I'm just speaking from experience. Thank you so much for everybody who is out there. Again, if you're out there on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, D Live, Twitch, wherever you're from, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do the whole nine. Will serve what's going on. Thank you so much for coming through. I really have to say I truly do appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming through. Still hanging in there, still rocking with me night after night after night. And thank you so much. We getting ready to go on a journey tonight. We have Raquel, CEO, owner of O'Shea Candles. And we're going to find out about some candles. We're going to find out about some life. We're going to find out about some love. We're going to find out about just everything. That's what we do here on the 411 podcast. You have no idea what you're going to be getting yourself into. And you might learn something. You might laugh. You might cry. You might do whatever. But most importantly, at the end of the day, we're just so thankful for being able to do this another day. So, yeah, let's reach out to Miss Raquel and see what's going on in her neck of the woods.
Hey.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the 411.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I was out there rocking to some music earlier. And
I was hearing it earlier on your live. Loving it. Hearing that people want to go see MJB.
Yeah, well, they sure shut it down. So once I played Mary, they shut it down. and they told me that if I do it again, then they're gonna do something to my account. So that's all good. Yeah.
See, they don't want you to be great. That's what it is.
Well, we're not even gonna go there. I've had so many issues with some of these platforms, but I'm thankful that we still here. What you got going on over there?
Oh, I'm traveling right now. I'm always on the go, so I'm in the streets as usual.
Okay. Now, where are you calling from tonight?
I am in Newark, New Jersey.
I knew it. I didn't want to say anything, but I knew it. I said, okay. So we in our hometown. So, of course, you know I'm from New Jersey, too. So what's up? What's going on?
Yo, we got to do what we got to do. You already know how it is out here.
Mm-hmm.
Always live and lit for no reason.
Now, what are the streets like?
It's actually quiet right about now.
Yeah,
everybody's going home.
Yeah, the weather is a little, but I bet 2 nights ago it wasn't like that.
Nah, it was hot like Hades.
I know it was. So I heard the police sirens going off, right? So yeah. I don't think that I will look at police sirens the same anymore because I just got back from France, right? And you know how the police and the first responders and everything, when things are going crazy, they put the siren on and they sort of like coast their way through it. They try to help you get out the way and they'll wait for you a little bit. Trust and believe that when you were in France, when those sirens come on, you better get the F out of the way because they ain't waiting for you. They will run your ass the fuck over. Listen, I was like, they ain't playing for real. Like, police sirens over there, and when they say move and get out the street, you better get out because
you better get out before you get run over.
You better get out or you won't make it out. Oh, all right. So now I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Do you take accountability for your own mistakes?
Always.
Because
I think it's very important that you got to take ownership and accountability of when you make a mistake, especially when somebody calls you out on it.
you know what I can't stand, and I've learned that when an adult, when you see a grown man or a grown woman pointing fingers and not owning up to their mistakes and coming up with all kinds of lies and stories, and it's always somebody else's fault. I could sit back and see it, and in my mind, I just be going through it like, wow. Like, I feel kind of sorry for that person because, you know, as a child, I was always told that once you tell a lie, now you're going to have to tell another lie and another lie and another lie to get out of the lie. Then you're going to forget the lie. Then you're going to have an issue. Y'all know what that's like.
Yeah, that's real tough. I've heard on that before. That's like, yo, you just living your truth. Living what's exactly you. Like, be you.
Yeah, it's so easy. Yeah, it's so easy when you can live like that, right? And be like, oh, well, it is what it is. And that's the beauty behind it, when you can live in your truth, because can't nobody tell you nothing about it, right? And at the end of the day, when someone is just so truthful with you, you can't even get mad at them because they just sitting there telling you the truth. How you gonna get mad at the truth?
You can't get mad at it. I mean, shoot, it's kind of hard to get mad at somebody telling their truth.
I'm telling you.
They're telling you who you are, who they are right there and then, right in front of your face. You know?
I'll tell you, for the first time in my life, I actually understand it now. Like, when somebody actually straight up tells you the truth from day one, there's no way you can get mad at them.
That's right.
Tell me the truth, right? Even though it might hurt, because you know the truth hurts, right?
All the time, but sometimes, you know, telling the truth is a hard pill to swallow, but it just goes back to just owning your own shit and, you know, taking account for your own accountability.
Now, you know how toxic some people could be, right? Like, we just talk about telling the truth. You might have somebody straight up keeping it so real with you, telling the truth, but because the truth hurts and you don't want to hear it, now you rather them turn around and twist it and tell you a lie just to make you happy. Ain't that something crazy? But how many of us out here have a problem when somebody says no, it's over, I don't want to be with you, right? And you start crying, you start doing a whole, you know, I call it Jodeci thing, syndrome. You be like Casey, you know, crying, you know, forever my lady, all that type of stuff. Stay, you know, those joints. So now you're doing all that, right? Now you playing with the other person's emotions and heartstrings, right? So now they're gonna sit here and be, well, I know I want to leave, but I'm gonna just stay because I'm hurting their feelings. Now you basically have that person manipulated to turn around and tell you a lie, and you wake up and you're cool with it. So you cool with somebody lying to you when they don't want to be with you in the first place? That's crazy. That's some toxic, crazy stuff.
Yeah, I don't have those issues. I've been married for the past 16 years, and I've always kept it 100 with my husband, and my husband's always kept it 100 with me. It's just, you know.
That is.
And nowadays, being married and being in a relationship is hard, but if you really willing to work at it, it'll come through. Everything that, you know, we all go through bumps and bruises, just like it, in our own personal ways. But when you have somebody that's there that's gonna be that person that's gonna be there that ride or die, it's a whole different outlook.
I hear what you're saying. And congratulations on your longevity of your marriage. That's a beautiful thing. But it is real hard. I believe it's real hard to, I don't know what y'all got going on nowadays, but like I said, like Kendrick Lamar says, I choose me, I'm sorry. But I think friendships are real dope for me right now. I'm cool with that. But the whole marriage thing, I don't want, listen, I've been there, done that. I mean, just I don't see it right. I don't see it right now, but that's cool because we ain't supposed to see it. So, you know.
It happens when it happens, and sometimes you just realize that some people are not always committed to you in that way. If you're not keeping it 100 with the person, if you have that toxic trait of of lying and cheating and hurting people on not on purpose, but also because of your own family, it comes to affect you at some point.
Yeah. So true. So true. Mm. CEO of O'Shea Candles. So all the way from now you're from Newark, New Jersey.
I'm originally from the Bronx.
Okay.
I
All right.
live in Newark.
Mm-hmm.
I've been living here for the past 13 years. But yeah, I always, I always look up both cities as far as that goes.
That's what's up. Shout out to the Bronx.
That's right.
Now, O'Shea Candles. How'd you come up with the name?
Shea Candles. Well, I came up with it. Actually, it's a whole tribute to my mom. My mom passed about 3 years ago
I'm
off
sorry
of
to
a
hear that.
tragic accident, and she was a very spiritual person. She practiced spirituality. So O'Shea is one of it's Yoruba word for double axe.
Mm.
So it's a warrior symbol as far as that goes. So that's why I decided to go ahead and name my company O'Shea.
Okay. I saw the logo, everything. I get it now. Thank you for telling us that information because now that I know, it makes sense for me right now. Okay. So, what is one of your most popular scents or some different candles and things that you have?
I have my favorite. I have like 3 favorite ones. I have mango butter.
Mm.
Then I have power of the pussy.
Wait. Uh-oh. Hold up. Hold up. I thought we said it. I thought we did. I'm gonna need you to repeat that one more time, please.
The power of the pussy.
Oh, now that is a candle. All right. We might need to go through some. All right, keep naming. Keep naming.
Another favorite of mine is Sugar Daddy.
Okay.
I also like Wonderland, and I also gear towards. I like eucalyptus candle. That's one of my favorite candles right there. That one is sweet to choose.
Now
Those are like one of
I
those
want
relaxation candles.
I want to know how we go from mango butter, eucalyptus, Wonderland, and then we just throw in power of the pussy. How's that happen? How did that come about?
Well, because when you think of candles, you think of so many different things that you use candles for. So people use candles for spirituality. People use candles for sexual healing.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting yourself right as far as that goes. So, power of the pussy is like one of my empowerment candles for women. Like this is what it smells like. This is what it is, and it's making it pull out you use it when you go ahead and you get your back going out.
Now, do you have any empowerment candles for men?
My favorite one for men right now, I have a humidor candle out. I love that one because it's more manly. It gives you that man vibe, that relaxation where you want to just sit back and relax. And not everybody likes to smoke or, they might like the sweet smell of tobacco, whatever the situation may be.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have more for the men as far as that goes. I am gonna start doing some up and coming stuff for the men too because I've been asked to go ahead and do some other men's sets. I just haven't figured it out yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
on average, what's like the average price of your candles?
They're for the 4-ounce candles, they're $8, and then the 8-ounce candles are 16.
Very good, very reasonable prices. That's really good.
Yeah, I do it more for the I priced it out for the candles for everybody, but not everybody wants to spend like $15, $16 on a candle that is only gonna last for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
So my candles are like long lasting. I make them with soy, which is actually wax to use versus going ahead and using like some other waxes that you would use to make candles like paraffin and stuff like that. It actually has a lifelong. It keeps it a lot fresher and cleaner versus any other wax.
Okay. Now, how much involved are you in the candle making process?
Oh, I do everything.
Oh, okay.
Start to finish. I don't play those games. I put that's my love. That's my love. That's my therapy. Off we go.
You said I don't play those games.
No.
So you said play music during the making process. What are some different genres of music or artists inspire you?
I can go from Spanish to go ahead to rap or beat. It really just depends. I actually play a random list that I have, and I go ahead and you'll hear me listening to like Pearl Jam 1 minute, the next minute is Style P, the next minute is Remy Ma, Jodeci, Mark Anthony, La India. I'm all over the place with it.
I love when I ask questions like that because there's so many artists that you just named that I was like, oh yeah, that's right. No, I haven't heard anything from them in a minute. So that's good. That's good. Now, is this your full-time hustle or you have something else going on?
No, I am a healthcare worker.
Okay.
I work at Israel. So I work as a medical assistant there. I am an LPN, but I work there as a medical assistant doing telemetry monitoring for all kinds of pregnancies.
Mm-hmm. That's a tough job these days. Anything medical is interesting these days. So definitely want to say thank you so much for doing that because we need a lot of people like you out there. So this allows you to step away from all of that craziness and get into some, peaceful situations.
Exactly.
Now, do you actually make candles every day, or is there certain times?
No, I make them as I go. So like if I'm like doing a pop-up shop or I'm doing an event or somebody orders something, I have my merch already ready to go if anybody was to ask me. Or, I can also custom make stuff as well. So I do have a lot of custom orders that come in a lot of the times as well. So I'm always, doing things. But recently I've like put a pause on it for a little bit because I needed to regroup, handle some family issues, some family business.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm back in full effect.
I recently went to a place in New Hope, Pennsylvania, and I made some candles. And it was a real messy situation with the wax all over the place after it dries.
Mm-hmm.
How messy is it for you when making candles? Does wax get all over the place?
No, actually, I don't have that problem because I actually there's a method. I have very bad OCD, so there's always a method to my madness. So I'm always constantly cleaning up. So when I start doing my process, it's like it's a constant battle. Like I'll go ahead and I'll just be like, okay, that's a mess up. Let's go ahead and clean it up. Let's do what we gotta do. Let's regroup.
Okay.
Just listen.
All right. How many cents do you say you would have on average?
I have currently 22 cents. I'm actually gonna go ahead and expand some more.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
all right.
So.
Miss Raquel from O'Shea Candles, if you can go ahead and let us know your websites, your social media. I'm not sure if you're on anything other.
Sure. Website is O'SheaCandles.com. My Instagram handle is O'Shea_candles. Facebook, you can always look me up for O'Shea Candles. And that's how you can find me.
Okay. Now, are you on TikTok or anything like that?
No, I haven't gotten into making videos like that. I'm very low key when it comes to all of that. I don't like being in front of the camera.
I hear you.
That often.
People always ask me if I'm going to be doing those TikTok videos and dancing and stuff, and I'm like, I don't think so. Not right now. That stuff takes a lot of time to get it down right. So I give mad respect to the people out there who be doing those videos. I'll be looking like, damn, how do they do that?
Yeah, I don't listen. I don't have the time to be doing it sometimes. Like I say, I'm always out on the go, running around, doing this, doing that, being a mom, entrepreneur, working my regular job. So it tends to get crazy sometimes, and I don't have time to do those videos.
So how many children do you have?
I have 2.
Okay. Now, do they help you? Do they get involved with helping with the candles and stuff?
Yes, my daughter's the one that she helps me. She's actually my assistant. She goes ahead and she makes sure that I'm on top of things when it comes to my pop-up. Getting new merchandise, making sure that I'm on point for, any like big major holiday sales or anything like that.
Now, do you have any promotions going on now?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Do you have any promotions going on now?
Not right now. I will be doing something for July.
Okay.
And I'm actually in the works of collaborating with another good company with a major event in August.
Okay.
Shout out to Crucible for that one.
Now, yeah, I was just going to ask you any upcoming events that you have. So the next one is August?
Yes.
And where will that be located at?
We're still working out the details, but it will be probably in Plainfield.
Okay. Shout out to Plainfield Union area. That's what's up. See, I remember some areas. Some. I used to travel all over New York, New Jersey, so I know what areas are next to what.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to just keep it real because I know what it's like to do events and stuff. Now, where you're from, things could be a little interesting. Do you have to be careful with what you put out on a table and keep a close eye on people stealing stuff from you?
Actually, no, I haven't had experience with any of that.
That's
and I've done quite a few actually pop up like in the hood in Newark, and never had a problem whatsoever.
Now, I got to tell you, I'm really shocked with that. I'm real shocked with that. I used to have people stealing stuff all the time, and it wasn't even in a bad situation, a bad area. That's real good, though.
No, I mean, a lot of the people that I do work with, they or the hosts that I do work with for the pop-up shop, we're all very aware and we all look out for each other as far as that goes.
That's good.
So,
All right.
I really can't complain.
Now, what I'd like you to do one more time is go ahead and let us know where we can go ahead and follow you at. Give your website again, and then we'll get right on into burning questions.
Okay, OSHACandles.com, O'Shea_candles. That's my Instagram. Facebook is O'Shea Candles. That's where you can find me.
All right, very good. Thank you so much for all of that. And now we're going to go into burning questions. This is basically a segment of the show where I basically flip it and put my guests in a hot seat, and I ask some random questions that have absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about. That's why it's called burning questions. Usually it's a little out of control. Starting to ease our way back into some of these very random questions. So the question that we have for tonight is, when was the last time that you were caught talking or doing something that was inappropriate?
Yesterday at work.
I bet a lot of these things are going to be conversations that are had at work. Now,
pretty much, yeah. I have a lot of conversations at work that are just so inappropriate, and people just look at me like, "Did you really just say that?" Yes, I did. And you don't care what anybody says? No, I don't.
Now I'm sure that we probably can't hear some of the things you were talking about, right? That wouldn't be right. We can't get into details, right? That's fine. I got it. Now.
Well, I mean, I can always say it like this.
Mm-hmm.
I say it on a daily basis because, I deal with pregnant women with high-risk situations, and they'll be at the end of their pregnancy, and they'll be like, "I'm tired. I want this baby out." Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, "Ain't nobody tell you to hang from the chandelier 9 months ago. You should have been spreading your legs." And they laugh at me. They're like, "You crazy." Yep, sure am. And my coworkers always tell me, "I can't believe you say that to the patients."
Well,
what do you want me to do? You don't want me to be real?
Now, there is, speaking of that situation, there is something that can be done to help make a baby come quicker. I know at least 2 different things that you can do. One of them might be, inappropriate for just general conversation, and one is just basic. So, what are some things that you know of that people can do to help have a baby come quicker?
So normally you can go ahead and for women we tell them, nipple stimulation.
What? I never heard of that one before.
Nipple stimulation basically produces the oxytocin that goes ahead and starts the decontraction process. Another thing, sex, of course, or just general sex. The pregnant must feel comfortable. If not, you know what? Oral stimulation.
What?
Once you have an orgasm, that just gives you all the endorphins to go ahead and start the process of giving birth.
No, I never heard of that. So I heard of having a sex thing. Didn't hear about the nipple stimulation. Never heard of that before. And now you're saying something about oral sex is supposed to help. How I don't get it.
It's because of so basically oxytocin is what we would, if they were inducing labor, we would give oxytocin to start the process to go ahead and have the contraction. You naturally go ahead and make all of those with that hormone when you're having sex, when you're at a climax, when you're in an orgasm, when you're feeling good, like you're relaxed and
Oh, so
Yes.
you're basically saying just go in and do whatever you need to do to get to that point. I got you. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, there you have it. So now for this question here. When was the last time that you were caught talking or doing something inappropriate? So we already got the talking thing. I'm sure everybody can say, yeah, probably just today. You were probably talking inappropriate today. I'm sure of it. Now, what about caught in the act? I've heard that that always has happened to everyone at some point in their life. Although I've had come across some people who said that they've never been caught, not even the kids opening the door by accident. Um, can you think back? Now, I don't want to hear the situation. You don't have to tell us, but can you think back to when you were actually caught doing something?
You know what? To be honest with you, I'm very discreet, so I've really never been caught doing anything inappropriate, even with kids around. I've just been very discreet, so yeah, it really is. I've never been caught.
Well, the one thing I have to say to you is congratulations.
Thank you.
Because it definitely is not a good feeling when you were caught out there. um, I would say the last time that something like that happened to me, um, definitely probably was when I was a teenager. I will say that. Definitely. And it was real interesting. I'll save that conversation for another day. I might even I might even bring it to Midnight Vibes, but let's just say that my entire household found out about it. And
Oh wow.
oh yeah, and it wasn't even in my house. So phone calls were made. Put it that way. Phone calls were made, and people were made aware of the situation. And you know what happens? People pick up the phone and say, "Girl, let me tell you what I heard today." Next thing you know, everybody knows about it. But yeah, it's been a minute, teenage years, since I was actually caught doing something inappropriate. Mm. But for those of you, both of those of you who haven't been caught, I say congratulations. But you will eventually. How old are your children?
I have my daughter's about to turn 19 next Sunday, and my son is about to turn 17 next Tuesday.
Well, I have to tell you, you're never too old. Because even though you probably like, oh yeah, the kids getting older, they're gonna be moving out soon, or they ain't gonna be around. They can always pop up and open up the door. So you better make sure those doors are locked.
My kids, they already know the door's closed. You better not be coming in. You won't ever know what's going on. No.
Well,
We don't play those games.
you know, I thought it was so funny when Wendy Williams, she said that she doesn't lock doors. Well, when she was with her husband, she said she didn't lock doors. She said she kept them wide open. So at 2, 3 in the morning, you had no business coming past this door.
I mean, if you look at it that way, yeah, that's kind of true. But then again, no, not really, because what if you wake up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and start eating?
I don't know what she was talking about, but she said that her son came across the room and saw something, and she looked up and kept on doing it. I said, "Oh, that's a mess." Oh man.
You got people that are like that. Hey, they don't pay.
Something else.
Giggity, giggity.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, now that we done took it there, which what happens here? Who knew that we would be speaking about this type of stuff? But hey, it is what it is. I want to say thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate it. And thank you for sharing your story with your candle making process and the whole evolution of O'Shea candles. So, for those of you out there, please go ahead and support my friend right away from Newark, New Jersey. Shout out to New Jersey, period, because that's the home state of where I am from. So, shout out to New Jersey. Although, is it exciting for you in Newark? Newark. Do you love where you live, or if you can move somewhere and go somewhere else, that's where you would be?
Don't get me wrong. I love Newark. I got love for Newark. But if I was going ahead and if I had my choice to where I would want to be, it would actually be two places actually. It's either be in Seattle, Washington, or in Puerto Rico.
Now, I get Puerto Rico. That just sounds so amazing and so tropical and so warm and sunny. Ugh, I can feel it now. But what's up with the Seattle, Washington? Where'd that come from?
And you know what? Because I've seen, because I'm a Grey's Anatomy fan, so like I've seen like pictures of like places that they've shot or whether rather depicted in Seattle, and I just did research on it, and I'm like, yo, that would be a dope place to live. It's something different, you know. The vibe looks different as far as that goes.
Okay. Now, Grey's Anatomy. I think I watched that one time. Now, are you a diehard Grey's Anatomy fan or no?
No, I've watched it from episode 1 when they first started.
Perfect.
I don't even know, years ago.
Perfect. So I really have to ask you this question. Do you remember, as you know, I'm like the number one Mary J. Blige fan. Do you remember when they had an episode where they played all of her music? That was during the London Sessions album, and the whole episode they played all of her music. I was loving that so much. I think it was Grey's Anatomy. I think so.
Yeah, they play a lot of it, but they actually what they do is they remake it with a different artist. They don't actually use the actual artist.
Oh no, this one they actually used Mary's whole album. They played it, majority of it during the whole taping of the show. And I watched it once. It was cool, and I was like, all right, I get it. But yeah, I was just wondering. They caught me with that one, so it's a good show. I can see how you can get wrapped up in that. How many years has it been on? 17. Oh wow, that's crazy. Crazy. Well, any last words you want to go ahead and leave us with tonight?
Listen, I'm all about positive energy, positive vibes, like giving out love and respect to everybody. So, I really appreciate this opportunity that you have given me. Just to showcase yourself on my platform. And I'm just really, really humble, just knowing that, people are looking out for my brand.
Absolutely. Not a problem. And you most certainly can come back anytime. Anything you got new coming out, any promotions, anything like that, just let me know. And yeah, we'll get you pulled up here as soon as possible. Freestyle sessions every Friday. So if you just want to talk to me and hang out, stop back by on a Friday, 10 p.m. You can call in.
Oh, definitely. Whenever you want to go ahead and have me, look, all you got to do is just say the word. I'm there.
Very good. Okay, Raquel, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. Don't hurt anybody.
Take care, honey.
All right, take care. Good night. All right, y'all. There you have it. Miss Raquel coming all the way from Newark, New Jersey. I love saying that because basically it's Newark, but Newark is how it's really pronounced. Newark, New Jersey, come through. Miss Raquel O'Shea Candles. I really want to say thank you so much to everybody who came through tonight. I've seen you on so many different areas, Facebook, Instagram. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you. Again, if you'd like to support the 411 podcast, please go ahead and click that link above all of my platforms, and you can go inside of 0.5 Deliberation Remix Journal, and you can purchase my new book for $7.99. And the best way that you can also support, you can you can comment, and you on any social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, DLive, Twitch. You can also get small snippets on Daily Motion as well. Thank you so much to everyone out there. And of course, I have to give thanks to my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me to come out here and give you all the 411 podcast one more time in life. Without him, none of this would be possible. And without the love and support from each and every one of you out there, this would not be possible. I just want to say thank you so much. Now tomorrow, we got a special guest as well coming back. LaShawna's coming back. We're going some self-care, some self-love, and things that you can do to have a little spa tomorrow. 411 podcast. Then, I'm so excited. This weekend, we're going to go somewhere. We've had people coming from Dubai, Jamaica, France. We got a real good one coming up this weekend. We're going to travel virtually again one more time, like what we do here. Again, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until tomorrow, take care, be safe, be authentic, authentically you. Work on becoming a master of your own mind. And remember, people do not get the opportunity to tell you who you are. You tell them who you are. But it starts with you actually believing it. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will believe in you. It starts with self first. Everything starts with self first. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the 411 podcast. Thank you so much. Take care. Good night.